So now I'm going to talk to you about heart walls and how to transmute heart walls. Everybody I've ever met has a heart wall. It's our protective layer in the celestial kingdom. It's our way of covering the pain. It's our way of protecting our heart. And it doesn't matter what the size of the heart wall is, we all have it. So the more trauma, likely we have a larger heart wall. Some people get freaked out at the size, and sometimes spatial size doesn't make sense. Well, two things with that. Heart walls can be very vast, and they get folded in on itself, and it hardens our heart. Well, why is that important? Well, if our heart's hardened, we don't necessarily feel promptings of the Spirit as strong. And the beautiful thing is we still can feel them, and that's the magic, right? So that we're also be able to feel those promptings, but through all that pain of scarring, right? We don't feel it as intense. So the healing factor of this, when the master healer, when the Lord intervenes through this, through transmuting, or we release the heart wall, the pure love of Christ, it actually allows us to feel more intensely the Spirit. And so the sequence of events, making sure we're at a high enough level of consciousness to ask these questions above 250 first, and check the other video for levels of consciousness. We then ask, do we have a heart wall? Or I have a heart wall, true, false, right? And if the test's true, we always verify all answers being governed by love, light, and truth, right? And then it will tell truth. And then we muscle test to see what the size is. And measurements, so this is a key piece. The measurement of the heart wall is best measured in centimeters, in feet, or in miles. So you can kind of cut through. If it's miles, there's somebody that I know has had a heart wall miles in length. That's a lot of trauma, right? And again, this is the beauty of this person being such an amazing person in spite of that. Once you know the size, then you can get to work doing the transmuting of the heart wall. And that transmuting of the heart wall happens, and then you have to test, right? Is the priority to transmute the heart wall or to release? And then you can test which hand is over the heart, left hand, right hand. If it's the left hand, that means that I put the right hand over the top, almost like the Lord's hand is right there. If it's the right hand, I just picture the image of the Lord, and I just breathe through my heart. And how do you breathe through your heart? You're just simply breathing almost like you're breathing through your lungs, but you're letting out tension and pain through your heart. It's taking the scar tissue of the heart wall off your heart. And you just sit there and breathe. And I like to sit forward in my chair and ask, is it transmuting? And if I rock forward, that it's transmuting. If I rock backwards, which rarely ever happens like that, then it's not transmuting at the time. And you can stay in that, and then you might start to feel a little bit like sleepy. And that's the sign for me that a lot of it's been transmuted. And I might test, might pull my hands off and ask the size of my heart wall. So with that being said, I'm actually going to test right now, because it's very common over the course of even a day we gather a heart wall. So I'm going to do that live right now. I have a heart wall, yes. The size of this heart wall is best measured in centimeters, in feet. The heart wall that I have is over 1 foot, over 6 inches, a half a foot, yes. So mine is 6 inches, yes. And the heart wall is able to be transmuted at this time, yes. All answers being governed by love, light, and truth. Yes, I have a hidden heart wall, so there's only a visible heart wall. And then at this point, I asked, is a priority for me to transmute this heart wall? Yes. And so, is it my right hand? Yes. Left hand? No. There's a true false that I can do. I put my right hand over my heart, and I think of the Savior, and I pray that He can be present. While I'm good to myself and gently transmute. And I'll immediately, I started feeling rocked forward. Feels so good. And I'm used to doing this, and so I might stay here a little bit, even though I feel like the heart wall. I can feel the joy. Transmuting turns that energy from negative to positive. The Lord purifies that energy. Everything's energy. I feel my joy. I feel my joy fire lit. And that's how you do a heart wall. And I have a heart wall. Oh, it's still there. Is it best measured in inches, In centimeters, it's greater than a centimeter, half a centimeter. It's only down to half a centimeter. It's a priority to transmute it. No, yes, okay, yes. I'm being deceived. All answers are being governed by love, light, and truth. So I have a heart wall. All answers being governed by love, light, and truth. The heart wall is now transmuted. You can do this regular for yourself. Do it on a regular basis. You can even hear the frequency of my voice change as a result of transmuting this heart wall. And it's very, feels very connected to the Lord when He's there healing you. I hope this helped. Take care.